Clear Thinking by Shane Parrish. In his book, Clear Thinking, Shane Parrish explains how we can control our four primary biological tendencies: emotion, ego, sociality, and inertia, to avoid automatic reactions and focus on our goals. These instincts, which were beneficial for the survival of our ancestors, can hinder our progress in modern life contexts. By recognizing and monitoring these tendencies, we can direct our energies toward positive outcomes instead of drifting away from our goals. Chapter 1: Enemies of Clear Thinking. The author explains that there are what he calls enemies of clear thinking. First, bad thinking, or not thinking at all. Our biological traits make us naturally prone to emotional reactions to protect our territories, maintain our status in the hierarchy, and ensure our survival. Second, emotion. Acting emotionally out of feelings such as anger or fear leads to mistakes and unintended consequences. Third, ego. Our ego makes us arrogant, proud, and focused on protecting our self-image rather than being right. It makes us believe we know more than we actually do and have difficulty admitting our mistakes. This is often in the form of believing we are experts after shallow knowledge and being unable to accept errors. Fourth, sociality. We have a natural desire to belong to a group to avoid feeling isolated. This makes us conform to group norms and fear ridicule for deviating from them. Fifth, inertia or laziness. Inertia is the resistance to change and the tendency to stay in the comfortable status quo. Not changing is easier than striving for improvement, even if it's mediocre. Signs include avoiding conflict and resisting change because the current path is easier. Chapter 2: Building Strength. There are several foundations for building strength. First, self-accountability. Take responsibility for your actions instead of blaming others and circumstances. Accept your role even if the situation is beyond your control. Complaining is easy, but facing reality is the solution. Second, self-knowledge. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses, areas of expertise, and ignorance is essential for success because you need to work within your strengths. Third, self-control. You can't eliminate emotions, but you can control your feelings, fears, and desires instead of letting them control you. Fourth, self-confidence. You must believe in your skills and abilities, but always maintain humility. Admitting mistakes is essential for self-building. Fifth, setting standards. Choose role models to learn from and avoid negative influences that reinforce bad standards. Sixth, role modeling and practice. Seek inspiring role models with the traits you want to develop. Study and deliberately practice their behaviors and attitudes. Chapter 3: Managing Weaknesses. First, knowing your weaknesses. We all have physiological weaknesses such as hunger, fatigue, stress, etc., that can impair our judgment. We also develop bad habits over time. There are 3 reasons for forming bad habits. 1. Deep-seated inherent flaws. 2. The ego prevents seeing flaws. 3. Limited perspective. Second, protecting yourself with controls. You can't avoid weaknesses, but you can implement controls to minimize their impact. Third, how to deal with mistakes. People have a natural bias to protect their ego after making mistakes. Avoiding accountability prevents learning and creates more problems. Instead, accept responsibility, learn from the mistake, commit to improvement, and fix the damage. Not admitting and dealing with mistakes leads to 1. No learning. 2. Making the mistake a habit. 3. Worsening the situation. Chapter 4: Decision-making. The author outlines several points to consider when making decisions. First, identifying the problem. The first step is to accurately identify the problem and the desired outcome. Also, identify the root causes and obstacles preventing the achievement of the outcome. Second, exploring possible solutions. Imagine all possible scenarios for the solution. Look at the options through 3 lenses, compared to what next, and at what cost. Third, evaluating options. Set clear criteria for evaluating options, such as costs, likelihood of success. The criteria should be relevant, accurate, goal-oriented, and decisive. Obtain high-quality, unbiased information from its source. Look for genuine experts with deep knowledge. Fourth, starting execution. Stop analyzing when you have enough information. Once the evaluation is complete, you need to act instead of endlessly searching. Fifth, leaving a margin of safety. Include space for unknown factors that could go wrong. Set warning signs to know when to change course. Sixth, learning from your previous decisions. Judge the quality of the decision separately from the quality of the outcome. Make the decision-making process transparent by documenting the thought process. Continuously learn and master the decision-making process. Chapter 5. Pursuing external rewards. Chasing external rewards such as wealth and power leads to fleeting happiness. Internal rewards like relationships and creating value lead to deeper fulfillment. Contemplating death provides clarity about true priorities in life. It allows you to focus on building a life you will look back on without any regrets. The fundamental thing is to align daily actions with values and relationships that create a good life.